Hey guys, good afternoon, actually good morning. Hope everybody's doing well. So everybody who saw the game Friday night knows that obviously we've got some work to do. Let me talk about the positives first. I thought our first group did a good job of covering punts, covering kicks, did some good things. The young guys have been put on notice again this week. They got to show up on Thursday night because there's still some roster spots available and they're going to have to play better. And because we didn't cover, give up another long punt return. Thankfully, it was called back on a good call, good holding call. The kicker punter situation is obviously a concern. I think, Coach Zim said it was a bad night, and it was a bad night. We didn't punt well. I think we had one good punt out of 5. We had one good kickoff out of 3, and we missed 2 field goals and made a PAT. So obviously unacceptable. Guys came back with a good attitude yesterday. We had a really good kicking punting session, snapping obviously with Kevin. They both did a great job. We did work indoors, we did work outdoors, and got a lot of good quality work in, and come back refocused and get ready to roll. And so what I've done is I've gone back and showed some tape from last year to Quigley to see some of the directional punts that he was successful at and what makes him tick. And he's not far off. He's very, very close. I think he's thinking a little bit too much, and I think Daniel and his 2 misses probably tried a little bit too hard or tried to swing a little bit too hard, and he doesn't need to do that because his leg strength is as advertised. So willing to answer any questions, but I think that's where we're at right now.
Is this as tough of a preseason as you've had? I mean, it just seems like a lot of different things going on.
Yeah, we really haven't covered very well, and typically we've covered much better, and I think part of that's the punting, part of that's the coverage. And the young guys have done better in the past than in the preseason, and I don't know if, I'm sure I've got to do a better job coaching. Absolutely, that's part of it, and our guys got to step up and play better. So I think it's a combination of the 2 things, and we've done some different drills and different things and trying to work on the things that we need to work at and devising drills to do that, and that's pretty easy for me. That's been one of my strengths, that I think we can do that. We can devise different drills to help our guys with different techniques, but at the end of the day, we got to go out and play, and we got to cut it loose and go have fun and be physical and play fast and see what happens.
With Daniel, have you learned anything this week? Really, him battling his first bout of adversity in the NFL? Yeah,
I mean, he's a pretty calm kid, and we talked about that last week. I like his demeanor, I like his composure. He knew what he did on the first one, yet he came back and did it again on the second one. That was obviously a concern, and that's something that good kickers in the National Football League don't miss 2 in a row. They don't. The good ones are going to miss 1, and then they're going to straighten it out and come back and make it the next 10. And that's what a good NFL kicker does, and that's what he's got to figure out. And I'm going to help him in that regard. I didn't get mad at him. I didn't scold him. I didn't get ticked off. I just said, hey, you got to come back and figure out what went wrong and learn from it and move on. And I think that's what his attitude was yesterday. I know it was because he kicked the ball really well, like he's been doing. But I think Thursday night will be a good test for him. I think for he and Quigley and all our guys, and for them, it's the Super Bowl. They got to go out and play hard. They got to play to their best of their ability and prepare themselves for week 1, or they're going to be somewhere else. I'm talking about the other special teams guys, and they could be somewhere else or not in the NFL at all. So they got to go out and play hard, and I'm going to put the onus on them, but they got to play fast and play physical and cut it loose and go have some fun.
Mike, are there still some particular technique things you're working with Daniel from the very beginning when you first got him, and kind of how's he coming along with those?
He's coming along really well. He's a very coachable young man, and he's done a nice job of fixing some of the smaller things that he had issues with in terms of he was really slow. His get off was very slow coming out of Auburn. That was one major concern with him, and he's fixed that totally. His kicks the other night weren't slow. The get off times were really good. They weren't too fast, and so his method, his whole process has really improved, and that wasn't the issue the other night. I think he just wrapped his foot and tried to kick it too hard and pulled them both left.
Do you think anything was related? Do you think it's more concerning that it not only was it 2 in a row, but it's the first 2 right out of the gate after being named the guy?
No, I know people have said that. I don't think so, Mark. I think in his mind, he was going to go out and perform at a high level, no matter if there's competition or no competition. But there's still always competition. We tell all our guys that they're competing against guys on the team. But then if there's only 1 kicker, 1 punter, 1 snapper here, they're competing against everybody in the league that doesn't have a job. We've said that before. So I don't think that was it at all. I think for me, it was disappointing for our team, for our fans. it was disappointing, but I'm not really concerned or overly concerned. I think, Thursday night's gonna be big for him, and he's gonna have confidence, and he's gotta swing his leg with confidence, kickoffs and field goals, and he's gotta go do his job.
And what impact will Mike going for 2, you think that'll have on him?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we're just trying to work on going for 2. It's a
No,
preseason.
Mike came out and said he was sending a message.
I had not heard that.
What'd you think of BB as a punt returner?
Good job, and that's the other positive. I mean, here we are with 4 minutes and 26 seconds left, give or take a second, in the game, and they punted to us. And that young man's a good punter. He's got a big time leg, and he had 2 nice punts that landed inside the 5 that I thought we blocked up pretty well, and had a chance to go in the end zone. He had a couple good bounces there for him, but he outkicked his coverage, and that worked to our advantage. And great job by Chad going to get that ball, and it was a great set by him, and he got to outside of the wall. And if the punter doesn't make a nice play, that would have been a touchdown, because we had a nice line of blockers still rolling. So it was a well played by Chad and that whole punt return team, which were a lot of the young guys. So I was very pleased about how we finished that game. It wasn't a great game for us across the board, but I got to accentuate the positives along with correcting the negatives with these young guys.
Any concern that both of your returners, Hughes and Sherrills, are currently missing some time? Sherrills looks like a hamstring, so I don't know.
I'm not allowed to talk about injuries. I hope they're back for week 1 and they're ready to roll.
And Mike, where were you at with Mike Hughes as a returner in terms of his development?
I kind of wish he would have had a few more reps this preseason. That would have helped him along, because I'm sure he's going to make maybe a judgment error or 2, or do something not set it exactly how we need it set, etc. Because he hasn't had these reps. But I think he'll be just fine. He's come a long way since the spring. He's only going to get better, and keep using that ability of his, and let him go out and do his thing. But we're gonna have to block more consistently for all the returners. We're gonna have to cover more consistently across the board, and we got to punt and kick more consistently. So it's been a rough preseason, and I know our fans expect better. I know our organization expects better, and so do I. And I think we're going to get there.
Mike, how do you feel Chad Beebe fits in overall on special teams?
The thing that Chad can do is he can be a punt returner, backup kickoff returner. He can play gunner. He made a really nice play at gunner the other night on a shorter punt that came to his side, and he came off the corner's block and helped make the play. I think he had an assist on that play. He can play on kickoff. He has no fear. He's fast. He's tough. He's smart. He understands the game. So I like a lot of things that he's doing.
Now that you've gotten more and more looks at the new kickoff rules, are you still tweaking your coverages on that?
Yeah, well, we're definitely going to tweak it prior to week 1. I mean, a lot of the stuff you see in preseason is all basic stuff, which you typically do every year in the preseason with your coverage units. We're going to do some different things to keep people off balance, and that's going to be the fun part. I think statistically what we've seen is that these higher, shorter kicks have been gone in the favor of the kickoff team. People are getting tackled inside the 18, 20-yard line, and so as we continue to look at what other people are doing, what we're good at, and what we're good at kicking off-wise, hopefully we continue to improve there and take advantage of the rules that that'll help us in either whether it's at home, away, or whatever the case may be, whatever returner we're facing, that may be. You good? All right, guys. Thank you.